Today's topic that I have taken is about the future of India. This is the only slide that you need to know. Every fifth person in the world today is an Indian under 25. That's the magnitude of the large young population that we have and that we have to offer. And this population is probably no different from anywhere else that you would find in the world, right? Because it's connected, it's educated, it knows what's happening in the world, it's inspired from social media, right? And it's very unique. Even a lot of us who have Gen Z children don't understand them enough, don't understand what they want, right? And that's why my presentation today is about them, right? These are some numbers, not surprising. Obviously there is a lot of numbers being quoted everywhere about India. It's today the hottest market. It's why Stanford executive program is here. I've been just almost like every week or every 2 weeks, I'm inviting some family office from some part of the world, as far as Norway, as far as Sweden, to come to India, understand the culture. Because it is what is happening here, right? But on-ground reality is what I also want you to understand. During this presentation, I also want to quote a few examples of how Indian companies or startups have scaled up, right? My experience over the last 9 years has been in this startup world. Before that, in the corporate world, so I can understand how both entities function together and work together, and that builds our thesis, right? But more importantly, what caused the boom for India, right? What really caused the boom for India? How many things do you get with 10 cents, 15 cents, and 20 cents? What caused the boom for India is this. It's 22 cents, 1 GB. It is the most cheapest form of access for data. That's why everybody that you see in India, in rural India, in B, C class cities in India, everybody's got a phone, and they're always on the phone, right? They're always browsing something. They're always consuming something. They're always buying something. They're always getting inspired by someone, right? This, to me, is a huge driver for India, right? And 96% of the target population of these 800 million youngsters use internet, and they use about 4.6 hours of it, right? We're one of the largest users of Instagram. We really have a lot of usage on the smartphone, and that drives behavioral change. That drives consumption change. There's also an interesting phenomenon that's happening in India. India before COVID, India after COVID. Also very interesting trend to watch, because what's happened after COVID is that Indians are also spending a lot of money on experiences. I mean, you can find Indians as far as in Lapland. I mean, I go there once every year for the last 4 years, and I've been seeing a lot of them there. Why are they there in Lapland? Why are they spending $10,000 vacations? It's about experiences. COVID, I think, also made them realize that just saving money for children's weddings and their education won't cut it. They need to live also, right? So a lot of people my age have actually started traveling a lot more for experiences. Indians also have started investing earlier, right? A lot of youngsters have started investing in the stock market, which also is driving the economy. They've also started taking care of themselves quite a bit. From COVID till now, a city like Hyderabad has 50 aesthetic clinics that have just opened up. What does that tell you? Everybody wants to look good. Everybody wants to be fit. Everybody wants to eat healthier food, right? So this trend of wanting to live life to the fullest is what is also driving the confidence in this market, right? But if you multiply the 22 cents with the 900 million users you have, you can obviously do the math, right? It's huge. That's why everybody keeps asking me, oh, do you think there's a market for this in India? There's a market for this in India. Of course, there is a market for everything in India because the segment of the market that you're targeting is the most important that you want to see. BMW sales are up by 5% every year, and its BMW costs 3 times more expensive than in the US. Why is that? Right? Everybody wants to live a better life, better quality life, right? So is that 90% of India? No, it's probably 1% of India, and 1% of India is a huge market still, right? But that's why if you're really targeting and coming up with a product for India, you really need to understand your target market in a much more deeper sense, right? But coming back to our target market, the Gen Z, a subsect of what we're talking about, a large subsect, everybody's focus, everybody wants to understand this market, everybody wants to woo this market, right? What do they want? They want authentic and transparent experiences. So my daughter is probably less inspired from a movie actor trying to sell a product versus somebody who's very authentic, who is from her age group, saying, this is what I feel about the product. She's probably go and buy from them, right? They want transparent experiences, right? They want experiences where they feel good about, but also it's doing something good to the world. They want to feel that as well. They're more conscious. She's probably more conscious about taking a bag from the house to go to the grocery store versus actually go and picking up a plastic bag or even a paper bag from the grocery store, right? So they are more interested in not so traditional career paths. When I did my MBA, my grandmother told me, "Oh, we got an accountant at home." Because he can't be a doctor, neither an engineer nor a bureaucrat. So he's actually taken the easy way out. But today, I think parents are allowing their children to be able to follow their career paths. My daughter wants to do fashion styling. Inside fashion styling, she wants to do costume design. That's how specific she is about what she wants in her life, right? And obviously, she has parents who are allowing her to grow in that way. And this is not just happening at this level. This is happening at a number of B and C cities where even the middle class income groups are allowing the children to go and start something on their own if they don't want to go for a job. Before, everybody wanted a government job, and then after that, want a multinational company job. And now it's come down to, oh, start your company. If it fails, then you can anyway go back to a job, which I think is great, which I think is what is driving this amazing country of entrepreneurship, right? Creating more jobs, more ideas, things to change the world, things to change organizations, right? And they also want, the way they learn today is not by somebody teaching a class. The way they learn today is through gamification, through fun, through research, right? I mean, today I think education has really changed the way we look at things, right? And the youngsters are driving that and are at the pioneer for that. So the spending power has also increased because these youngsters have also started earning much earlier, and they also have access to ways of increasing their income. So the spending power is huge. But what are they spending on? I mean, if you see that, right, there's a lot of travel, vacation experiences. Nobody wants. If I tell my children that I want to buy another house in another city, they're like, why? We have Airbnb. We want to just go and stay there. Why would you fix yourself and buy a house? So they're not more about ownership. They're more about sharing. They're more about traveling. They're more about, building experiences and movements. That's what they want, right? They are also at the same time they prefer, as you see, more immersive visuals from brands versus they follow creators for shopping ideas. Our recent investment was an interesting one. It's a mall within a mall, but a Gen Z mall. It's all these Instagrammable brands that you can't try. You have to just order online. But we realized that there's a huge opportunity here for some of these Gen Z brands, which are in fashion and wellness and food, to display themselves. And the first one came up in Delhi in the Ambience Mall called Broadway, and it's doing extremely well. And we see lots of youngsters hanging there, talking to influencers, talking to creators, and actually engaging with the brand, which also drives the sales up online, right? They might not buy it online, but the sales are online. Have you heard, how they look at food? It's very interesting. You almost have heard about this drink called Prime, which is quite famous about in the Gen Zs. It's an energy drink. You know what is the latest flavor of Prime? KFC chicken. Would you ever have that? No, right? But they love it. They are different. They have different flavor. I mean, most of them like spicy, but they also like sweet. So they like spicy sweet. They like salt, but they like also an equally opposite flavor. So it's very, very interesting on what they like. So they call it complex heat. Most people, I mean, if you ask all your Gen Zs, they like spicy food. They want Asian food. They want more, the way they think about things is an experiential tasting. Do you know what fruits they like? Dragon fruit came up on the top. Okay, and the very few restaurants that serve dragon fruit. Guava, which is become a big-time favorite now among Gen Zs. Passion fruit. So if you see, all the fruits have intensity. They like intense flavoring, right? So, we think that we know them. We probably don't know them enough, right? I'm going to come to this. This is a very interesting case study of a company in India that became a unicorn in 5 years. Okay, it's the 4 things that in India come in a black packet. Any guesses? Sanitary napkins. Yep. What else? Alcohol. Yes. What else? No. No. Garbage, obviously, but condoms. Okay. And the fourth one is the most interesting one. The fourth one is meat. The fourth one is meat comes in a black packet in India. You know why it comes in a black packet in India? Because it's usually we like fresh cut meat. And typically when we go to the butcher, when he cuts the meat for us, and he puts it in a black packet because there are usually blood stains on the meat. And you don't want to show that outside. It's uncomfortable to show it outside, right? So this company, which came and wanted to revolutionize the meat industry, is a company called Licious. And what did they launch the meat in? A white packet. The meat was launched for the first time in India in a white packet. It came home with a picture of a customer who liked to order that variety of meat. So it is very, very interesting packaging. This is what scaled the company to a $1.5 billion company. Okay. But what really matters here is that the way the founder thought about it, the founder said, okay, it comes in a black packet. Why does it come in a black packet? Because people think it's dirty to carry it around. So let me put it in a white packet and send it home, which means that he needs to be able to do the supply chain so well that the meat comes clean to your house and it comes in a white packet, right? And this is what scaled the company. So you have to find what is the difference of how you want to position, what is helping the companies really scale up with speed. And this is what we do. Anthill, when I finished my 2011 program, and there's only one from my 2011, Christina, thank you for coming. At least I don't lose face here. So, but, it was an interesting program for us to go back and think what we want to do with the rest of our lives. At that point in time, I was with Genpact, which became a pretty large startup. We went from 20,000 to 75,000 people in a 5-year span. We went on the exchange. And it was all about scale and speed for us, right? But the scale the larger organizations have and speed the younger entrepreneurs have. So we built a thesis to put both of this together and help companies with scalability and speed. And how do we do that? We help them with marketing. We help them with sales, distribution, in addition to capital. These are the two things that we offer companies that want to come from outside and into India, but also from India to outside. We have a good storyline. 45% of our founders are women, and we only lost one company over the last 9 years, which is a woman founder. But out of 90 companies that we had in the portfolio, we are still at 81. Most of the companies have raised quite a decent amount of money. We are on the second fund. And we work with various governments, family offices, corporates, but we run programs for them. But we don't invest in all of the companies. We invest in a few out of the lot, and then we help them scale up with speed. Okay, so this is our story. We invest both in consumer brands as well as into tech. Do we still have time, or 1 minute? Okay, can you play the video? Yeah. Thank you so much for listening patiently. Thank you.